The next event on God's calendar is inviting His Son to bring His bride home. Often called the rapture, based on the Latin rapturo, translated by the Greek harpazo, caught up. See 1 Thessalonians 4:17. It will also mark the time when God again turns His attention to His ancient people, the Jews. The church must be removed first, because at present, every Jew who truly turns to the Lord becomes part of the church. To restore Israel as a distinct entity, the church must not be here. But is it not possible for a Jew today to sincerely follow the God of Abraham without trusting Jesus as his sin bearer? Let's hear the Lord Jesus himself. Quote, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." John 14:6. And with what fanfare will the announcement of Israel's homecoming be made? Fanfare means, quote, a brief ceremonial flourish played on brass instruments, typically to introduce something or someone important, end quote. The Jewish civil New Year began with fanfare. Quote, "In the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall have a Sabbath rest, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, a holy convocation." Leviticus 23:24. The Jewish nation was familiar with the blowing of trumpets. They were used to call the people to worship, to warfare, or to witness some national event. I'm sure their celebration each year was memorable, but nothing compared to the coming fulfillment of this remarkable event. What a wonderful day, when, like wandering Jacob, scattered Israel is heralded home. Isaiah describes it using the two places of Israel's historic captivities. Quote, "The great trumpet will be blown. They will come who are about to perish in the land of Assyria, and they who are outcasts in the land of Egypt, and shall worship the Lord in the holy mount at Jerusalem." Isaiah 27, verse 13. But before the call to worship, there will be a call to war. For the mother of all battles, Armageddon. Joel tells us about that. Quote, "Blow the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is coming, for it is at hand." Joel 2:1. There is no question who will be victorious. Quote, "The Lord gives voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for strong is the one who executes his word." Verse 11. Notice that the first 4 festivals are separated from the last 3 by the long, hot summer. In reality, the church has been busy bringing in the sheaves. Now, the almonds have blossomed and come to fruition, along with the grapes and figs. The olive harvest is still to come, following these 3 autumn festivals. The olive pictures Israel's spiritual restoration, still future. In a similar way, the first 4 festivals have historically found their fulfillment in the death and resurrection of Christ, in the baptism of the Spirit, and the birth of the church. The last 3, trumpets, atonement, and tabernacles, await their literal fulfillment in the return, restoration, and millennial rest of the redeemed nation of Israel. We've noticed that Israel has 2 New Years. One was at Passover in the spring, the beginning of their religious year. It heralded the natural birth of the nation from the bondage of Egypt. They went into Egypt a family, they left as a nation. The other New Year, the start of their civil year, called Rosh Hashanah, was at the beginning of fall, and it prophesied Israel's spiritual rebirth, when they will at last be loyal to and in love with their once rejected Messiah. Yes, this will happen as surely as the other festivals have been literally fulfilled.